Okay. Hey everyone. Kanksha Yadav and you're watching Shunya Veer. And so today we'll be doing the final Blue Book test, that is test number 10. And we'll be doing the math section, both the first module and the second module. First module comprises of 22 questions. Second module also comprises of 22 questions. In the first module, we have like easy to medium questions, and the module 2 is an adaptive like it's adaptive test. So in module 2 the questions will be dependent on how you perform on the first test. So if you're getting very difficult questions in module 2, that means you did good on the first module. If you're getting moderate questions, that means you did moderately good on the first module. And yes, calculator is allowed for all the questions. You can use your own calculator that you use in your schools, that is TI-84 or Casio or whatever calculator you're using. Apart from that, Desmos is also given to you. So some of the students, they do not feel very comfortable with Desmos for easier calculation. So you can, yes, you can use your own calculators as well for that. But Desmos is very useful in some of the cases. So for that, I will recommend using Desmos. And I will be using Desmos for all the questions. So yeah, let's get started. And yeah, that's it. I have nothing more to say. And also, I might not be able to come live for a long time now because I'm traveling. I will not be here in my studio or in my office or in my room. And yeah, as you can see, I'm using the camera of the laptop. I'm using the webcam. For the previous test, I had put up a setup and I was using my phone to get the picture, and you were able to see my side view. But today, you'll be able to see my front view. So yeah, with that, we'll get started. Let me just put up Desmos, not Desmos, so the Blue Book. So we're doing SAT and then practice test 10. So they're preparing the test, and while that, we can be here. And the reading section, as I told you, I never attempt the reading section. I'm not very good at English. You might know that by now. So I have very limited vocabulary. So I'll be skipping the reading section. I've skipped the module 1. And now I'm going to skip second module as well. And now there's a gap of 10 minutes. So yeah, I will resume testing, and first of all, I will adjust it a little bit. It's already adjusted, but I think okay, for now we'll keep it like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just quickly going to go through all the questions to see if all of them are working, because otherwise, sorry. Twenty-two, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. I'll already make them smaller. Yes, here also you have pretty much space. 15. Hmm. Yeah, here you get the problem. So for these, I will adjust myself over here. Yeah, in the comments, we can take to the top, and my photo, we can move to the bottom. Hmm. Or I can move my photo over here. You can keep it over here. And this thing, we can move this all over here because we are not always on it. Yeah, I think this should be good because I don't want to be adjusting while we're doing the paper. And for in first test, we have the liberty to take time. Okay, that is it. And so now we'll be starting with the questions. Question number 1. All right, I've made a few changes. So the first question is that for a particular machine that produces beats, 29 out of every 100 beats it produces have a defect. A beat produced by the machine will be selected at random. What is the probability of selecting a beat that has a defect? So it's 29 out of 100 because 29 out of every 100 has a defect. So option C. Hello, hello. Yeah. I'm just checking the mic. Second one is S is equal to 40 plus 3t. It's the speed in miles per hour of a certain car t seconds after it began to accelerate. What is the speed of the car 5 seconds after it began to accelerate? So in place of t, you have to, oh, I'm still looking there. So in place of t, you have to write 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 45 is 55. You can always use Desmos, but I'm not using it. But for the sake of it, I will use it. So S is equal to 40 plus 3 and the value of t is 5 because you want at 5 seconds. So it's 55. 4x is equal to 3. What is the value of 24x? So times 6 on both sides. 6 times 3 is 18. And if you want, you can use Desmos. 4x is equal to 3. You will get a value 0.75. Multiply this with 24. You will get 18. But for these, you can manipulate. 6 times 4 is 24. So 6 times 3 is 18. You can multiply 6 on both sides. So you have to find the line of best fit. So for this, we'll just be seeing if the slope is positive or negative. Slope is positive. So negative slopes we can get rid of. And then y-intercept is also positive. So it's option A. Okay. So don't go for finding the values of the slope and the y-intercept in scatter plots. First, just look at the signs, whether they are positive or negative. If there's a conflict that there are two options where slopes are also positive, y-intercept is also positive, then go for looking for the value. Okay. Initially, do not waste your time looking at the values. Just look at the options and get rid of all the, use process of elimination. Get rid of the options where the slopes do not match the sign. For increasing it will be positive, for decreasing it will be negative. So for example, you can directly cancel the negative slopes and just look at the signs of y-intercept as well, whether it is positive or negative. Okay. Next one is question number 5. Of 300,000 paper clips, 234,000 are size large. What percentage of the paper clips are size large? For percentages, Desmos is a great tool. You just have to write the equation. They will do everything for you. For example, you do not know what percentage. So you can write X percent of after of you have the number 300,000. So that is your whole. So X percent of 300,000. Do not put commas because Desmos does not understand commas in numbers. Is equal to 234,000. We have it and now we just have to look at the answer. It is 78%. Okay, so the answer is 78%. You don't have to do anything. Do not know the percentage. You just have to remember the percentage equation. X percent of whole, X percent of whole is equal to part. So percentage we do not know. That is why X percent, the whole is 300,000 and the part is 234,000. Now the next one. At 0 it is 18, at 1 it is 13, at 2 it is 8. Which of the following equations represents this linear relationship? So we know that y-intercept is 18 because at 0 you have 18. So wherever you can't see 18, get rid of those options. This is gone, this is gone. Now, like I told you, you don't need to do Desmos modeling also. Just look at the values. They're decreasing. They're decreasing. That means it's a negative slope. That means option D. You can get rid of this option as well because it's a positive slope. And we do not have a positive slope because your y values are decreasing, x values are increasing. So you're going downwards. Okay. So use process of elimination as well. But use it wisely and use it with the presence of mind. Now f of x is x squared plus x plus 71. You have to find f of 2. So it'll just be 2 squared plus 2 plus 71. Answer is 77. And this is a repeat question. M to the fourth m. So combine all the m's together and we will be using laws of exponents. We'll be adding the exponents because you have the same base and you're multiplying them. So 4 plus 1 is 5. You can get rid of all the options where you do not have m to the power 5. This is gone, this is gone, this is gone. You don't need to solve anything further because you just have one option. But for the sake of completion, we will see q to the power 4, q to the power 5. 4 plus 5 is 9. 0 to the power negative 1, 0 to the power 3, 3 minus 1 is 2. So this is correct. And just give me a second, I'll be right back. By then you can try this question. I just have a home emergency. I'll be right back. Yeah, yeah. So I'm back. Sorry about that. So now we'll continue with this question. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle XYZ. A corresponds to X, B corresponds to Y, C corresponds to Z. Length of AB is 170, length of BC is 850, YZ is 60. You have to find what is XY. Okay. For this, we'll have to do some work because you will not understand if I just do things in the air. Yeah. So triangle ABC. And it is similar to XYZ because A corresponds to X, B corresponds to Y, C corresponds to Z. AB is 170. And then BC is 850. Then they have given that YZ is 60. And they want to find out XY. So over here, Um, for equation, you can just do x over 170 because xy corresponds to AB. And this should be equal to 60 over 850. Because xy over AB would be equal to yz over BC. Put this in decimals, you'll get the answer. I will do it manually. 1, 5, 12. The answer should be 12. But yes, you can always put this in decimals. I hope you're able to see the entire thing. Yes. So the answer is 12. And always put the variable on top. That makes it easier because you will get the point. Answer is 12. Oh, we didn't check the answer. It is 12. And now for this one also, give it a try. I have another emergency. I'll be right back. Sorry about it. Yeah. I'm back and now we'll do this question. We don't need the white papers for this one. X over y is equal to 4. 24x over ny is equal to 4. What is the value of n? So now for this question, x over y is 4. 24x over ny is equal to 4. So this is 24 over n times x over y. Or in place of 4, you can write x over y. So it is 1 times 24, 1 times x over y. So 24 over n should be 1. That means n should be 24. Okay. I'm just showing you how to do it because x over y is equal to 4. So 24x over 24y, 24 will cancel. It will be x over y. The answer will still be 4. That means 24 over n should be 1. Got it? So the answer is 24. I hope this makes sense to you. X over y is 4. So here also x over y is 4. 4 cancels. 24 over n should be 1 in any case and n should be 24. Now 300 minus 40, this function models volume of liquid t seconds after you're draining. Because you're draining, that is why you have a negative slope. Now, according to the model, what is the predicted volume in milliliters draining from the container each second? So, draining from the container each second, every second per, every per, all these things represent slope in linear functions. This is a linear function. Slope is 4. Slope is actually negative 4, but because they have already said that it is draining, so how much it is draining every second? They're draining 4 every second because every second it is decreasing by 4. So the answer is going to be 4. So they're always talking about slope whenever they use each, every, per in linear functions. Next one. Yeah, so this is the function that is given ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. For how many values of x does f of x is equal to 0? Look at the graph. It's 1, 2, 3. You have 3 x-intercepts. So the answer is going to be 3. Okay. What is the I always like to read the last line, which is the question when there are a lot of sentences. So in a word problem, I always tend to go to the last line. So which of the following is the best interpretation of 3000 in this context? So now the equation f of x is equal to 3000 times 0.75 to the power x. In a times b to the power x, a always represent the y-intercept. So that is the initial value, and now we'll see what is the initial value. The given function estimates the species population X years after 2008. So X years after 2008, that means X will be 0 after 2008, or in 2008 X will be 0, right? So in 2008, the population is 2000, it's 3000. Percentage decrease, no, it's talking about y-intercept. Percentage decrease, no, it's talking about y-intercept, so it's talking about the y value. So estimated population 8 years after, no, 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 no. Because if you put x is equal to 8, it will be 3000 times 0.75 to the power 8. That will be much lesser than 3000. So it's option D. And now y is equal to x squared minus 14x plus 22. The given equation relates the variables x and y. For what values of x does the value of y reach its minimum? If you want, you can use Desmos, but to make it quicker, remember the axis of symmetry is negative b over 2a in standard form. B is negative 14, so negative of negative 14 is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. The answer is going to be 7. So I'll also write that formula because it's very useful in certain questions. So whenever you have ax squared plus bx plus c and vertex is h comma k, h is negative b over 2a. If they were asking for the y value, then I would have recommended using Desmos because then it doesn't make any sense to do all the calculation by yourself. But this is a very easy calculation. So x squared minus 14x plus 22. Here is just negative of negative 14 over 2 because a is 1, b is this, so it's just 7. All right. And but yes, you can always use Desmos. There's no doubt about it. But in questions where it is easier to do the calculation in your mind, do that because Desmos also takes time to write the equation and everything. The x value is 7. Though the square A has side lengths that are 166 times the side lengths of square B, the area of square A is k times the area of square B. What is the value of k? So for area, you have to multiply with the square of the scale factor. So you have to do 166 times 166, and I'll explain why it is so. Let's say square A has x and square B sides are 166 times of this, so 166x, 166x. If you take x is equal to 1, its area is x squared or just 1. Its area is 166x times 166x. If you take x as 1, it is 166 squared. So we have to find 166 squared. All right. And just a little this is square B and this is square A because A is 166 times B. So yeah, 166 times 166 or 166 squared also you could have done 27,556. This is your answer, or this is your answer. Answer. I don't know how to pronounce it in American accent. I'm really sorry about that. So now the next question. 2a plus 8b is 198. 2a plus 4b is 98. They want to get the value of b. Here, if you can use Desmos, no doubt about it. But here you can see if you directly subtract them, you're getting b. 2a getting cancelled out. 8b minus 4b is 4b. 198 minus 98 is simply 100. 4b is equal to 100. B is 25. But yes, in Desmos, just remember to substitute a with x and b with y because Desmos does not understand a and b. It does understand, but you will have to make a lot of changes. It's better to convert them to x and y. Okay, for this we'll have to make it bigger. Negative 1 comma 25. Yeah, because everything is closer. So this is the point of intersection. Negative 1 comma 25. The value of b is 25, and that is what we got earlier as well. The 25 is the correct answer. What is the y-intercept? It is going to be negative 8 plus 22. That is 0 comma 14. Because 2 to the power 0 is 1, so you just have to do negative 8 plus 22. Yes, of course, you can graph it, but if you know it, it's much faster. Because in graphing, it will take a lot of time. So if you just know that you just have to add negative 2 and 22, it's easier. Because 2 to the power 0 is 1. It's 0 comma 14. You can also look from here. No doubt about that. Question number 18. Two variables x and y are related such that for each increase of 1 in the value of x, the value of y increases by a factor of 4. So the factor is going to be 4. This is an exponential function. And yeah, when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 200. So 200 is going to be your y-intercept, or the value of a in a times b to the power x. So what we will do, we can eliminate the options. This one is gone, this one is gone. And the factor is 4, so this one is also gone. It's option D. Alright. Because if you're increasing x by 1, y is increasing by a factor of 4. If you want, you can make the table also. So at 0, it is 200. And they're saying when you increase x by 1, so that means when x becomes 1, you're increasing y by a factor of 4. Whenever you're increasing by a factor, that means you're multiplying 200 times 4. So increasing by a factor means multiplying. Please remember this. You have got two values and now you can use Desmos modeling. But don't use it. But I'm telling you how you can do it using this as well. And now you can see A is 200, B is 4. So it's 200 times 4 to the power x. And you have to know when you're increasing by a factor, it becomes exponential function. The other way that you could have done this is, because I have a lot of time, so I can explain this in another way. For example, you do not know if it's exponential or not. So you should just know that increasing by a factor of 4 means multiplying. And now you can check all the options. 4 times x to the power 200. You can look at the points if it is passing through both the points. It is not. The point is not on the graph. Okay. So this option is cancelled. Now 4 times 200 to the power x. Again, you can see the point is different, the graph is different. Then 200 times x to the power 4. This is when you have no idea what kind of function this is going to be. So this also you can do, checking the options. And again, it is not on the line. And now, in fact, you don't even need the second point. 0 comma 200 is also not on any of these three. And then 200 times 4 to the power x. So it should pass through 0 comma 200. And if you see, it does pass through it. It's exactly on the line. So that way also you can check, even if you do not know what is the meaning of this. You can just use x is equal to 0, y is equal to 200. Only one option is matching your answer. What is the value of sine 42 pi? It is 0. But on Desmos, how you can do it? Always check in your settings, graph settings, that it should be in radians. Sorry. And then simply write sine 42. For pi, type pi. The value is 0, so you can get the answer is 0. All right. But just make sure that it is in radians. If it were given in degrees, there will be a degree sign, then choose degrees. Okay. So that's about it. Next question, 4x minus 9y is equal to 9y plus 5. Hy is equal to 2 plus 4x. It has no solution. What is the value of h? So first we'll use Desmos. We can use slider method because the options are given to you. So the first equation is 4x minus 9y is equal to 9y plus 5. Sorry. And here you have hy is equal to 2 plus 4x. And you're adding slider for each. The first value is negative 9. It should be 18, but yeah. Press home. They are intersecting. There is a solution, so this is not going to work. 0, again they are intersecting. The solution is not going to work. 9, again they are intersecting. The solution is not going to work. I told you it's 18. I'll tell you how I know it's 18. Now they're parallel, so the answer is 18. How I would have done it, I'll also tell you that. So over here, are the equations. 4x minus 9y is equal to 9y plus 5. Hy is equal to 2 plus 4x. So it doesn't matter where your constants are. Just bring your y and x on the other sides. This will become plus 9y plus 9y. 4x is 18y plus 5. And here you have 2y and subtract 2 so that your constant is with 2. It doesn't matter, but just do it. So here 4x is hy minus 2. Here 4x, x's are same, y should also be the same. H has to be 18. If they were not same, then you would divide them and get your answer, but this is how I do it. So in mentally it becomes way easier. Okay. But you can use Desmos and you can use slider because there are 4 options given to you. But sometimes these questions come without the options, then I prefer this method. What happened to my audio? It's perfectly fine. I don't know why YouTube keeps telling me that your audio is not working fine. But when I listen to the recording, it is working perfectly fine and that puts me off. Anyways, last 2 questions and there are only 5 minutes remaining. So let's hurry. X squared minus 2x minus 9 is equal to 0. 1 plus square root k is the equation. What is the value of k? So you can use, what should I say, quadratic formula, or you can say x squared minus 2x minus 9. So the values that you're getting is negative 2.16, 4.16. Because it is 1 plus square root k, it's going to be a positive number. It has to be 4.16. So 4.16228 is equal to 1 plus square root of x. 10. So the answer is 10. But you would have applied the quadratic formula. It would be 2 plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. So 4 plus 36, 40. So it will be 2 square root of 10. Now this is also a perfectly good way of doing this. 1 plus square root of, because you want to find the value of k, just put x. And if you took the second point, negative 2.16228, you will not get a good answer. In fact, you're not getting any answer. That is why it doesn't work. So if you are like, what if I do not know which option to choose? So if you're getting the first one, you're not getting any value of x. So put the second one. And now the last question, x squared over square root of x squared minus c squared is equal to c squared over x squared root of x squared minus c squared. Which of the following is one of the solutions to the given equation? For this, we'll have to use edge. What is the question? X squared over x squared minus c squared over x squared minus c squared plus 39. So subtract c squared thing, so it will become x squared minus c squared over square root of x squared minus c squared is equal to 39. And now you can see this will become square root of x squared minus c squared is equal to 39. And now they want to know what is the solution. So x squared minus c squared is 39 squared. X squared is c squared plus 39 squared. So x has to be plus or minus square root of c squared plus 39 squared. So this is the solution. C squared plus 39 squared should be there. So option D, because it's not just negative c, it's not this, it's not this. All right, so that is it. We are done with this. And if you were like, no, I don't want to solve it like this, c is a positive constant. You can take any value of c and then match the options. But I am running out of time, so I won't be doing that. Looking at the options, to checking 29 out of 100, correct. 55, 15 plus 40, correct. 6 times 3 is 18, correct. Positive, correct. Yeah, this is 78% correct. Negative 5x plus 18, correct. F of 2 is 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 1, 77, correct. This one is also correct. AB is 5 times lesser, 60 divided by 5 is 12, so correct. N is 24, correct. Draining from container each second, 4, correct. There are 3 x-intercepts, correct. Estimated population in 2008, correct. What value of y? 7, correct. This is correct, 166 squared. 25, correct. 0, 14, correct. 200 times 4 to the power x, correct. And that is it. We are done. But this one I will explain to you after we are done finishing the second module as well. I'll explain this question to you at the end. So stay tuned. Now here I cannot waste time, so I'll just solve the questions and then I'll explain to you. So a window repair specialist charges $220 for the first 2 hours of the repair, plus an hourly fee of for each additional dollar for each additional hour. The total cost for 5 hours of repair is $400. So for here, for 2 hours you should be giving 220, and for 5 hours you should be giving 400. So for the first one, I will type f of x is equal to 60x plus 100. I'm solving this by Desmos. Make the table. At 2 hours you should be giving 220, and at 5 hours should be giving 400. So it's option 1. All right. 60x plus 100, because if you take 60x plus, many students make the mistake of understanding that 220 is a y-intercept. It is not, because then for the first 2 hours you're paying 340. That is not correct. All right. And 80x doesn't make any sense because it is not satisfying any of the equations. So yeah, at 5 you have 400, but at 2 hours you're just paying $160, but you want to pay $220. And this is not going to satisfy any of the options. So it's not correct. So it's option A. All right. So for these, because they've given you two pieces of information, 2 hours is $220, $400 is for 5 hours. They want the function. So you can just type f of x and get the table values. You don't even need to evaluate them. Just create the table, put the values 2 and 5, and you should be getting 220 for 2 and 400 for 5. There's one more method, but for now, this is fine. 2x plus 3y is equal to 7, 10x plus 15y is equal to 35. Which of the following points lie on the graph of each equation? So it should be satisfying for all the values of r. So I'm going to take, and these are infinite solutions, because 2 times 5 is 10, 3 times 5 is 15, 7 times 5 is 35, and that is why you're getting r or something like that. So I told you in the previous test how to eliminate the options. Denominator for x should be 2 or should be simply r. So this option works, this option works, this option works. For y, denominator should be, and this one is gone. For y, either it should be r or the denominator should be 3. So this option works because denominator is 3, this option is gone. Because denominator cannot be 2, because 3 and 2 will not cancel each other. Now you've got these two options. 2 times negative 3 over 2, r we are taking 1, plus 7 over 2 plus 3, you should get 7. You are getting 7, so that is the correct answer. Alright, and if you want, you can put r. Because that is the point, and when you put a slider, something is wrong. Oh, it's just 7 halves, it's not 7. Oh, yeah. So when you put the points and you take anything, it's 7. And it should always be 7, so it's option B. X times kx minus 56 is equal to negative 16. The equation has no real solution. Here slider is not given, so I will not take chance of finding the possible value of k using slider. Instead, I will be using discriminant b squared minus 4ac. Alright, for that we'll take help of this. So what is the function? It is x times kx minus 56 is equal to negative 16. Open it up, it will become kx squared minus 56x is equal to negative 16. Add 16 on both sides, kx squared minus 56x plus 16 is equal to 0. Discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. And the minimum value you have to find, so it has to be less than 0. So b is 56. Negative 56 and 56 doesn't make sense because you're squaring it. Minus 4 times k times 16, and this has to be less than 0. Put this in Desmos, you will get your answer. So that is more robust way of doing things. So 56 squared minus 4 times k. Instead of k, I will write x and 16. And this should be less than 0. $49 is not included, remember that. So the minimum value is going to be 50. And why k cannot be 49? Let me tell you that. Because it's a dotted line. So at 49 it will have one solution, because when you make it equal to 0, then you're getting 49. So at 49 you have one solution. For less than 0, it's anything to the right of 49. So 50 is the minimum value. Okay. The given equation relates the positive variables P, Q, R, and S. Which of the following is equivalent to Q? This cannot be done by Desmos. So for this, we need this thing. And for this, I'll be partitioning it into two parts, because it's easier to solve the entire question. Otherwise, it just becomes difficult. So the question is 20 over P is equal to 20 over Q minus 20 over R minus 20 over S. So first we want to isolate Q, so I will be adding these to the other side. 20 over P plus 20 over R plus 20 over S is equal to 20 over Q. Now you will understand why I have divided it into two equal partitions, because in one line the solution will be too long and you won't be able to see everything. Now add these things. So the least common denominator is RPS. So this will be multiplied with RS. So 20 RS plus 20 PS plus 20 PR, because that is what is remaining, over PRS is equal to 20 over Q. Now you want Q. Q is in the denominator. Take reciprocals on both sides. It will be PRS over, and now you can take 20 outside because it's the common factor in all three of them. So 20 times RS plus PS plus PR. I'm combining some of the options, and this will be Q over 20. Multiply by 20 on both sides. 20 cancels, so Q should be PRS over RS plus PS plus PR. Okay? So let me just give me a second. I will just make it a little bigger. Now you can see the entire thing. All right? And now we'll match the options. It's the third option. PRS over PR plus PS plus PR. And it is not option D, because there you have 20. So 20 is getting cut. So this is the entire solution. And now we can move to the next question. Again, okay, one more question like that. Y plus 12 over x minus 8 plus y times x minus 8 over x squared y minus 8xy. I just want to see if we can see the graph of this. If yes, then you can use Desmos as well. No, you can't. It's showing the error. Oh, you need that I can give you. See, adding an equal to sign turn this into an equation. So let's make it equal to 0 maybe. Okay, you're getting something, correct? So make it equal to 0. You'll have to use equal to sign. And now you can just check all your options. But that is, I don't like doing that much work. So I will not be doing that. Instead, what I will be doing, I'll tell you that. You can try if you want all the options, but it's just too much work for me. So again, I would be using more edge. Moving down again, two partitions. Y plus 12 over x minus 8. Y times x minus 8. X squared y minus 8xy. I will be factorizing this denominator. You can take xy common, it is x minus 8. So y plus 12 over x minus 8 plus y times x minus 8 over x y times x minus 8. Cancel, 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 cancel. You just have 1 over x. That means for this one, you just need to multiply with x. And for this one, you just need to multiply with x minus 8. So xy plus 12y plus x minus 8 over x squared minus 8x is the answer. This was for the previous one. Okay. I hope you're able to hear me because it is showing me again and again that your audio has some problem. So you should just have x squared minus 8x. So this option is gone, this is gone, this is gone. And you can see it's x squared y minus 8xy. That means that they're multiplying y on both top and bottom. So you also do that. You will get xy squared plus 12xy plus xy minus 8y over x squared y minus 8xy. Xy squared and 12xy plus xy is 13xy minus 8y. But the other ones do not make any sense at all. Okay. So it's option C. Again. And if they wanted the same denominator, instead of cancelling, what you can do not cancel it because they're using the entire thing of it. Keep this exactly same. This will become xy minus 8y. Here multiply with a y also. Okay. That's all that you can do. Moving to the previous question, y is equal to 6x plus 8. One of the equations in a system of two linear equations is given. System has no solution. Which equation could be the second equation? So if you bring it to the other side, it's negative 6x plus y. Negative 6x plus y should be there. And it should not be equal to 18. So the answer is option B. Here you can check using Desmos as well. Y is equal to 6x plus 18. Check the options. Negative 6x plus y is equal to 18. It's the exact same. Make it 22. They're parallel, so this is giving you no equation. And with negative 12x, you will always get some point of intersection, so that's not going to work. Okay, it's option B, or you can manipulate y is equal to 6x plus 22. Slopes should be same, y-intercepts should be different. Which of the following equation represents a circle that intersects the y-axis at exactly one point? It's this one, but for your safety, let's try it. No, I'm not even sure. I don't want this. Yeah. So for this, you can try x minus 8 whole squared plus y minus 8 whole squared is equal to 16. It is not intersecting y-axis at all. So this is gone. Y minus 4 we'll be using now. This works. Got it? Yeah, that's it. You just check the options here because it is easier to check the options. And you have got your answer. No, this is also not the answer because intersect y-axis at exactly 1 point. This is intersecting x-axis. Oh my god. What am I doing? I'm really sorry for this. X minus 4, y minus 9. This will work. I'm really sorry about that. That is what I was thinking. Alright, so it is intersecting y-axis at 1 point. My bad. So it's option C. Be very, very careful. Do not make the same mistake that I made right now. Check the options. And be very careful. Do not intermix x-axis and y-axis. Square is inscribed inside a circle. Radius of the circle is this much. What is the side of the square? So for this one, we would be needing our whiteboard. So square is inscribed inside a circle. So this is a circle. This is a square. This looks like a rectangle, but assume that's a square. And now they're saying the radius is given. That means the entire diameter is going to be double of that. So 20 square root 2. Okay. And now in square, this angle is 45. This angle is 45. This is 90. So you have got yourself a 45, 45, 90 triangle, guys, where the hypotenuse is the diameter, which is 20 square root 2. And if you look at the reference sheet, 45, 45, 90 triangle, this is x, hypotenuse is 2x. That means 2x is 20, not 2x, x square root 2, my bad. I don't know what I'm doing right now. So 20 square root 2 is equal to x square root 2. X is going to be 20. So side of square is 20. I hope you understood this. And if you have any doubt, you can go to the reference. 45, 45, opposite 45 is s, opposite 45 is s, opposite 90 is s square root 2. And s square root 2 is 20 square root 2, so s is going to be just 20. That is our answer. I hope you get this. Oh my goodness. Yup. Yep. So that is it. So remember, if you're making a rectangle or a square inside a circle, then hypotenuse or the diagonal is going to be the diameter. And the diagonal is going to be the hypotenuse for the right triangle. You will be given something so that you can find one of the sides or both the sides. In square, they will just give you the diameter. You can find everything else. So from radius, we find the diameter. Diameter is the diagonal, which is the hypotenuse, and it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle because it's a square. You can use a reference sheet. X is going to be 20. It requires lots of things. Previous one, 14. So there's a small business owner. It budgets $2,200 to purchase candles. The owner must purchase a minimum of 200 candles to maintain the discounted pricing. If the owner pays $4.90 per candle to purchase small candles and $11.60 per candle to purchase large candles, what is the maximum number of large candles the owner can purchase to stay within the budget and maintain the discounted pricing? So there are two types of candles, small and large. We do not know how many are small, how many are large. So I will say that small candles are X. I will write that as well. So small candles, X. Large candles, Y. Now they're saying the minimum he should purchase is 200. So total is X plus Y. and it should be greater than 200 or greater than or equal to, because minimum is 200. Okay, so minimum means greater than or equal to. Next, you have to stay in the budget also. So for smaller candles, you are spending 4.5x, because 4.5 is worth one small candle and you're purchasing x of them. 4.9, I mean to say, not 5. And for bigger candles, it is 11.60, so it's going to be 11.6y, and that should be less than or equal to 2200. Because you have to stay within the budget, you cannot go beyond 2200 because you don't have money beyond that. So 4.9x plus 11.6y should be less than or equal to 2200. And yeah, now we'll just write these two inequalities. X plus y has to be less than or equal to 200. And then 4.9x plus 11.6y has to be less than or equal to 2200. This region is what we need. This is the point of intersection, and we need the maximum number of large candles. So it's 182.08 and you're going below it. The maximum number can be 182 because you cannot purchase 0.08. Because if you take 183, it is going to be in this region, which is not what we want. Okay, because for y you're going down to come into this region. So it has to be less than 182.08 or equal to, so answer is 182. So you have to purchase maximum large candles that you can purchase is 182. Next one. Triangles PQR and LM are graphed in the XY plane. Triangle PQR has vertices PQ and R at 4,5, 4,7 and 6,5 respectively. Triangle LMN, their vertices are also given. If the measure of Q is T degree, what is the measure of angle N? All right, let's graph it. PQR 4,5. So let me have the coordinate plane. In fact, I'll tell you one thing. In Desmos, if I'm not wrong, you can plot the triangle. You just have to write polygon and type all the vertices. 4,5, 4, 7, comma, the last one is 6, 5. And we are done. Press home. You can see what is the shape. It's a right triangle. Okay. So we know that PQR is a right triangle. And for labeling, we just need to know 4, 5 is P. So this is P, 4, 7 and 6, 5 is R. So if you see this distance is 2, because you're starting at 5 and going up to 7. So this is 2. This is also 2. Element will have the same kind because You're starting at 4 comma 5, but then you're going 4 comma 7 plus k. And this is 6 plus k comma 5. So this distance is going to be 6 plus k minus 4 is 2 plus k. And this distance is also 2 plus k. Because 7 plus k minus 5 is 2 plus k. And now q is t degrees. Oh my god. You are adding, so how is that going to make sense? 2 plus k, 2 plus k. They want to find out what is measure of angle n. M is 4 comma 7 plus k. N is 6 plus k comma 5. So, boys and girls, I'm really sorry, but I just learned, see, 2 is 2. These two sides are equal to each other, so this will be 45, this will be 45. And here also you have 2 plus k, 2 plus k. These two sides are also equal. That means this is also a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Because the sides are equal, so angle n is going to be the same as t. You don't have that option because t is 45, so 90 minus 45. There's no role of k over there. I hope you understand this. Okay? Because this is also 2, this is also 2, that means it's 45, 45, 90 triangle, so angle q is 45 degrees. And in LMN also you're doing the same thing. So it's 2 plus k and this is 2 plus k because 7 plus k minus 5 is 2 plus k. 6 plus k minus 4 is 2 plus k. They're also equal, so this is also 45, 45, 90. So angle n is equal to angle r, and angle r can be written as 90 minus t because 90 minus 45 is also 45. So the answer is 90 minus t. It does not involve any k. So you can get rid of all these options. Only option C is the correct one. And to quickly check what shape is, you can use polygon. Very useful. All right. Next one is a certain town has an area of 4.36 square miles. What is the area in square yards? 1 mile is 1760. So for this, we'll be multiplying 1760 twice. Because this is, oh my god, I don't have time, so I'm just going to hurry. I'm really sorry, guys. I'll explain everything later. 60 squared. Last option, because I'm multiplying with 1760 squared. What is the value of 8x plus 7y? 2x plus 4y is equal to 12. Negative 2x. I'll explain later why I'm writing x and y. 0, 3, the answer is 3. Because 8x is 0, 7y is 3. Cube has a volume 474, 552, 4, 552. You have to take cube root of it. So to the power 1/3, 78. And surface area is 6 times 78 squared, 36,504. Okay. What is the value of R? You have 24,000 after 2 hours. So RT has to be After 4 hours, so 1/4. No, I don't know how to. I will mark this. I'll do later then. Median, standard deviation. Standard deviation of this one is smaller. No, it cannot be second. First median is equal to, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Yeah. One only. Oh my god. Y is less than or equal to x plus 7. Y is greater than or equal to negative 2x minus 1. Negative 14 comma 0 is not working. 0 comma negative 14 is also not working. 14 comma 0 works. And I will just see that. Yeah, it works. A corresponds to D. F is going to be 90 minus 18. So 72. F of x is equal to 4x plus k times x minus 1. F of 5 is 32. So 32 is equal to 4 times 5 is 20 plus x. 5 minus 1 is 4. The value of x is 3. 3, 3, 3, 10. 40 plus 3 times 9, 67. 4 more remaining. Maximum height is 500 to 5.6 seconds. Yeah. Oh my god. Y-intercept is 30. Had when he began to make the popsicles. 17x over 4. What is the slope of line J? It's parallel. 17 over 4. 17 over 7, I mean to say, yeah. And I applied in descents at the rate. Constant rate means it's decreasing linear because it is descending. And now the ninth one. So you have 24,000 is equal to 12,000 and then 2 to the power. R we do not know. X is 4. No. X times. Oh my god. This is 1/4 and we're done. I'm really sorry. I'll be explaining the questions now. I don't know if you were able to see anything or not because, yeah. What just happened? Something weird happened. Okay, now we have time, so I will be doing it now. I'm really sorry because I had to complete it. I was running out of time. My heartbeat. It's racing. Let's see the score. Yeah, it's a perfect score, but like I promised, we'll be doing these questions now. 44 correct answers. This I explained in great detail. This also we did. This also I explained. This also we did. 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 Yeah, 14th also we did. 13th also we did. And at 12, I realized I don't have much time. So here I'll start the explaining thing. Mile square means miles times miles. And now, or you can write 1 mile squared. Mile squared means 1 mile squared. And now they're saying that 1 mile is 1760 yards. So replace 1 mile with 1760 yards. That means it is 4.36 times 1760 squared yard squared. So you have to multiply with a square. So always remember in areas you have to multiply with a square. That's very important. Okay. Yeah, here I want to explain because I was running out of time. So how I quickly managed it. So you can see you have 8x 7y, you have 8x 7y, and they want the value of 8x plus 7y. So you can replace 8x with t and you can replace 7y with r. That will be easier because you will directly get the values of 8x and 7y. And this one is also 4r. Because now t is 8x, r is 7y. So when you replace t and r with x and y, because Desmos does not understand t and r, you get the point 0, 3. So 0 is the value of t, 3 is the value of r. That means this is 8x, this is 7y. Otherwise, you would have to do a lot of things. If you directly put 8x, it will take lots of time. And what will happen? You will first get x and y, and then you'll have to multiply 8x with 8, y with 7, and then add them together. It will take much longer time. If I was doing that, I would not be able to finish the entire paper on time. That is why it is important. Replace them. Okay. So now you have directly got what is the value of 8x, what is 7y. You just have to add them. So it becomes easier. And here, yes, of course, you can just add them. Cancels 4, 4, 8y. 12, 12, 24. Y is 3. Now 4 times y is 12. Or you can do it here. Because this is for Desmos. If you're not using Desmos, you can do it from here as well. Eight r is 24, r is going to be 3, that means 7y is 3. And now to get the value of t, 4r, 4 times 3 is 12. So that means t has to be 0, that means 8x is 0. And to get 8x plus 7y, you can directly use 0 plus 3, which is 3. So it's a trick that I always apply whenever you see the same, if there's a, how should I explain it? If there's a manipulation of a variable, I use that. I use it in linear equations also. If there's x minus 2 all over, I replace x minus 2 with t. And in Desmos, I write it as x. But that x is actually x minus 2. I hope I'm able to explain this. So that will, because they want 8x plus 7y, they do not want x and y. So replace 8x with t, replace 7y with r. Volume is 474552. So for this one, for a cube, volume is a cubed. So I got a by taking the cube root of volume. And then surface area is 6a squared. So I just put this in Desmos. I got a and then I squared it and multiplied with 6. So the volume formula it will be given for rectangular prism, not for cube. So you have to remember this formula as well. And you have to remember this formula as well. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, for this one, lastly, I did use Desmos if you saw. So what I did, they're saying initially it's 12,000. So that means the value of C is going to be 12,000. And then 4 hours later, it becomes 24,000. That means Y value is 24,000. Or what you can do is you can make the table also. You can use Desmos modeling also. So at 0, it is 12,000. At 4, it is 24,000. And you just have to write Y1 is C times 2 to the power Rx1. You will get C as 12,000 and R is 0.25, which is 1/4. Or you can directly, if you know it's 24,000 is equal to 12,000. You should know that initial value is the C value. Then it becomes much easier. Time is 4R. Put this in Desmos, you will get 1/4, or divide by 12,000, it's 2. 2 is equal to 2 to the power 4R. 4R should be 1 and R is equal to 1/4. This also we have done somewhere else. It's a repeat question. Okay. So the answer should be 1/4. This was the question. Question number 9. Over here, if you look, 13 is in the middle because you're going from 10 to 16. You're going from 10 to 16. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 8, 8, 9 should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 13. Same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So ninth value, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ninth value is 13. So median is equal, and by looking at it, you can see that center is in 13. The central value is in 13, so median is equal. Standard deviation is not equal because standard deviation talks about the spread. So if you're talking about the spread, so if you see around 13, there are more values, right? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values around 13. And here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values around 13. So this has a lesser standard deviation because values far are more, here values far are lesser. Okay? So that is why standard deviation are not equal. That is why it will be 1 only. Standard deviation are different, and dataset B has a lesser standard deviation. Dataset A has a lesser standard deviation because they're more concentrated towards the center, and dataset B has a bigger standard deviation because they're spread far away. They're less concentrated around the center. So they're more spreaded, that is why it's lesser. Standard deviation, here there are less spreaded, that is why standard deviation is less. Okay, so dataset A has a smaller standard deviation than dataset B because you have more values around the center. More values around the center means lesser standard or smaller standard deviation. For this, I quickly used Desmos, so I'm not going to explain it again. You plot both of them and just look at the option. So it was 14,0. You can just see because you can see the minimum value. It's not going beyond that. It's not going beyond that. So then you can maneuver. Okay. Yes, over here A, B, C and E, F are congruent. So they're the same triangles. A corresponds to D. So if A is 18, D is going to be 18. E is 90. You have to find A, F. So D is 18. E is 90. You have to find F. So it has to be 90 minus 18. Got it? Or you could have done 18 plus 90 plus x is equal to 180. You will get 72. But no need. Whenever you have right triangles, sum of the two angles is going to be 90 degree. So x plus 18 is going to be 90. Just use that. It's easier for calculations because if you're doing longer calculations, you can see you can run out of time. You can run out of time and then you won't be able to solve all the questions. So use easier methods, the quicker methods. So right triangles, sum of two angles is 90 degree. So just subtract the other angle from 90, you will get this angle. All right. Yeah, for this I quickly used Desmos. So f of 5 is 32. So in place of f of x, I wrote 32. 32, 4 times 5 is 20. Plus k times 5 minus 1 is 4. So the equation becomes 4k plus 20 is equal to 32. So I just put 4x plus 20 is equal to 32. Because k Desmos does not understand. I got the value of k as 3. And then I just put x as 10 and k as 3. So 40 plus 3 times 9, 40 plus 27 is 67. So for this, I purely used Desmos. This is directly given in vertex form. They are looking for vertex. X value should be 5.6 or 5.6 seconds. There's only one option. And height is 502. There are two options, but 16 is not the x value of the vertex. It is 5.6. So you should know what is the vertex form. No need to do anything. Just look at the equation, get your answer. Y-intercept, they're looking. That is why I'm saying always look at the question. Because if you were reading the entire question, it will take time and you will lose time and you will not be able to complete the entire paper. Just look what they're looking for. Best interpretation of y-intercept. Y-intercept is 30. 30 is the beginning value. So 30, only two options are there. For each popsicle, no, each means slope. When he began means initialize, correct. Y is equal to 17 over 7x plus 4. J is parallel to k. So in parallel lines, slopes are same. Here slope is 17 over 7. So here also the slope will be 17 over 7. You're descending. Descending means it's decreasing. So option C, option D are already gone. Constant rate means linear. Whenever you see constant rate always means linear. So that is why it is decreasing linear. Okay. Yeah, this one I told you I will tell you one more way of doing this because if you are like, no, we do not know how to do it on paper. C is a positive constant. You can take any value for C. So you can take 1, you can take 2. We'll take 2. Now go to Desmos, put it in. C squared divided by, I think this is minus C squared, not plus C squared. Plus 39, add a slider. Oh, you're not allowed to do that. So in place of C, just write 2. You're getting a value approximately 13, like equal, closer to 39. Okay. And on the other side also, you'll be getting it closer to 39. Little more than 39. Take the options. Negative C, negative 2 is gone. Negative C squared minus 39 squared. 39 squared is a very big number. No, that doesn't work. Negative square root of 39 squared minus C squared. You're subtracting something, so it's going to be smaller. Minus 2 squared. You're getting 38.9. No, it's on the left side of negative 39, so it should be bigger. Add it, negative 39.05 here. That makes much more sense. So that's how you could have done it. Understood? So you can take any value for C. You can take 3 also, and you can check, but 2 is a good value. You can take 1 as well. Then also it's little left of the negative 39. So you just have to see little left or little right. And from there you can cancel option A and option B. 39 squared is a very big number. So option A and option B are gone. Only option C and option D make sense. When you check, it's option D. But you can always solve the way I told you. That's also perfectly fine. That is it. All the rest of the explanation I did during the during the test. I hope you understood it, and please utilize your time efficiently. Always read the questions first instead of reading the entire question. And once you know what they're asking, then go back, because that will save time. And use Desmos, but not always. Sometimes it's better to do mental calculation or solving it on paper, and sometimes it's absolutely impossible to use Desmos. For example, when you have to write equivalent representations. Start from the last question. If you think anything is difficult and it's taking way too much of your time, skip it, move to the next part. All right. So yeah, with that, we're done. I do not know when I will be coming live next time because I'm traveling and there's a wedding. And yes, I have tried to speak slowly. And that is why you could see in section 2, I ran out of time as well. But yes, I'm trying to be more clear, and I hope my voice issues are also cleared now, because I changed the settings in OBS Studio so that my voice is more clearer, and it's the volume is higher than it was before. So I hope all that is helping you, and yeah, please keep watching the videos. Please keep telling me what more you need to know or what more I can make. And yeah, do not forget to subscribe, share, and comment. So like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.